Says, baby, oh yeah, what I need is a pretty woman.
Global Radio 99.5 FM. It's Love Jones. It's Love Jones. Check us out as we combine our hit music with a love story. Live with Candy. It's Love Jones. Call in and participate at 371 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, Refugee Camp presents
for all relationships, for regrets, for disagreements, for breaking up and making up, for all those out there jonesing for love. It's Love Jones right here, right now on Global 99.5.
Good morning. Good morning. Money making Monday, they say.
Yeah.
I have some other choice words for Monday, but hey, we won't get into that. That's a different topic for another show altogether. That could come later on this week. But this is the very best mix of R&B music, home of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. We're Global 99.5. Welcome to a Monday morning edition of Love Jones. Welcome, Brother D. What's going on? Looking spiffy? You're looking at the window.
No, man. But listen to me. I'd look like the last wild Rasta.
Oh, well, I've seen that. You know, sometimes they like it. Rasta. Yeah.
No, I had to go get that fixed.
So you gone from Bob Marley to Luciano.
Yeah.
All right. I got it. I got it. It's a good luck. Before we do anything, let me go ahead and toss your contacts out there. 431-8497 is your text and WhatsApp. You may also do so on 812-1787. You can call us live at 326-0272. Email at verycoolcandy@yahoo or lovejonescrew@gmail. Of course, our Facebook page, Love Jones Crew. You can check us out, become a friend, and be a part of our daily conversations, as well as elicit your own. Speaking of which, good morning to our Facebook viewers. And speaking of viewers, you may watch videos on YouTube. You may do so on a Global 99.5 FM's page. And of course, it's always there for viewing currently as well as later on. I'm Candy. Of course, that means I'm sitting in with you, and some interesting things online this weekend that I had some drama of my own going on. So I was not a part of quite a few of the interesting chatter conversations this weekend, but going back and listening to the comments and seeing what everybody had to say was very interesting. One of the things that elicited quite a reaction. I see you wanted to step in my shoes. You get changed right up, boy. No surrender. Yeah, they changed you right up. They come back and said, I feel good about it. I feel okay. My job was done.
Yeah, I feel special.
What happened was, I think a lot of people saw it.
Yes. I got that video.
Every group.
Yeah,
every group,
I got it in one group like 3 times.
Yeah. And so what it was, for those people that haven't seen it, because I'm interested, because I got some interesting comments, not only out of chatter, but there was a lot of reactions via Facebook and many other outlets as far as social media is concerned. And some were quite surprising, to be honest. Some were the expected, and then others were very surprising. And the video is as follows. Well, first of all, it was a Facebook post that had a distinguished looking gentleman. I don't know his background, but he looked like he could be involved in global business.
Yeah, that's
how it looked, right? And then there's a woman. She looks rather conservative. Very. She has on her librarian glasses, and they're posing and smiling together. And the post goes as follows: that
her
after
fiance called off the
wedding after seeing her bachelorette
party
video, the party, and so
the video was attached.
Yes, at first you're like, this sounds intriguing. No need to go far. As you scroll right to the next message, the video was provided. So I made the accident of opening said video whilst in public, and I had to quickly retract that and search for my earbuds immediately as I pause and come back. So after I soldier up myself.
In the words of Brady Back, immediately.
Yeah, immediately. Whoa! I pause it. Where's the volume on this thing?
Yeah.
So after that happened, And I watched the video. Basically, without being too raunchy, it goes right in. Boy, no preliminary.
No,
goes right into it.
No sweet talk.
She's on a chaise lounge, what it looks to be, two of her arms in the air, and her girlfriends or bridesmaids or
the whole party.
Just the party. They were holding her, two of which were holding her arms back, and the rest was saying, "Go, go, go," and the camera zooms in.
And
to a blonde, blue-eyed fellow. Hey, Jack, whatever your name is, definitely performing extra duties.
Yes.
And then that went on for some time.
But then at some point they let her hands go, and she actually moved the pillow.
She was enjoying that. Yeah, and she was
she put her hands back to brace herself.
Full Monty.
Yeah.
Yes. And the end of the video, we won't get into that, but let's just say her glasses were the only thing that kept her with sight.
Yes.
Yes.
So use your imagination.
Imaginations. Yeah, so that's how that popped down. And apparently after the distinguished gent saw that, he called the wedding off. No more, because she was supposed to be married the next day.
Yes.
The very next morning, she was supposed to get married.
How she was going to make the marriage?
Just the way she did there.
No,
he didn't want to.
No.
So, of course, there was outrage. But then some people started to say they wonder if it would be the same reaction, because, you know, for time and time again, we've always said that the reason why women have such an issue with bachelor parties is because of the debauchery and filth that happens, or not everyone, but a lot of the bachelor parties. Mm-hmm. And that tends to be inclusive of sex, and drinking and possible drug use and so many things that definitely cloud our better judgment. And so that, with the introduction of strippers and other scantily clad
strippers, hormones, that's what it is. That
too. And you know, a lot of times these people that are working in that particular industry, exotic dancers, strippers, whatever you would like to call them, a lot of times they include prostitution, because I know you're getting ready to call on your many H words. We can use them this morning on a Monday. So they're ready for whatever, as long as they're being paid.
As long as the money right.
And not only that, now that's been going on for a long time, but now with things coming to a head where there is video and phones everywhere and Facebook and people tagging on photos and Snapchatting and whatever, it now ups the ante as far as responsibility is concerned.
Correct.
And so that's what happened to her. I don't know what she was thinking.
She wasn't
thinking. And so now what could have been the beginning of your happily ever after is now something totally different, because you chose.
It's the end of your happily never after.
Right. So here's what it was. Now, a lot of people, of course, had disdain and disgust for her. And then there were some men as well. You know, I wonder if it would have elicited the same response if it was a man. Men have been doing that forever. Men have been doing that, and their thing is, this is my last hurrah before I get married. They walk down the aisle without a second thought, because they're saying, now this is my wife, so I won't do that. Now I'm fully committed. And so it doesn't matter what happened the night before. No. Furthermore, I was drinking and carrying on, and my boys was egging me on. So you can understand how that would happen. So now they're saying this is the first time. I'm sure it's not the first time it's happened.
No.
But this is the first time it's been seen where a female has done it. And now that's why because I heard the last I checked, it was up to Q. She ain't reached Z yet.
Okay.
But they call it everything from A to Q.
Okay. All right.
So this is where we're at. And so I'm interested to know what people are thinking. Is there obviously a double standard as it pertains to men and women, the things that they do? Some people are saying, listen, at the end of the day, that full commitment is not had until you say I do. So technically, you know, she wasn't bound by anything just yet. And so there's a lot of things that were said. So I'm interested to know your response. Well, I heard a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Your response, as well as what do you think as far as the commentary from the public goes in reference to this situation?
I agree with
put on solid shades.
I agree with the comment that she was not, that the full commitment doesn't take place until I do. But the thing is, remember, we always talk about a relationship being a precursor to marriage.
Exactly.
So if your friends if this is the night before you are going to walk down the aisle.
To give yourself to somebody.
Yeah, and before you go to walk down the aisle, rather than keep that kind of intact, you can let someone just ride your car raggy and go all over the speed bumps and potholes and on the sidewalk and just through the grass and just however they feel to ride it.
And then park at home like nothing happened.
Yeah, because you're not happening. As far as you're concerned.
But the mirror hanging off.
No, don't worry about the mirror. Jason, JB well on that. That's straight.
The snake missing off the viper alarm.
Don't worry about that.
The tint halfway up the window.
We can crazy glue that tint back up.
Okay, and 2 of the tire flat.
You can go to Keats
and we can deal
and
with
fix the blah 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 blah.
All right. But see, before she had a chance to fix it, he saw
the car.
Yeah.
The car was mashed up.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to drive the car.
Ferris Bueller day off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my thing is, buddy, at the end of the day, I agree that the commitment is not, what's the word I'm looking for? Solidified, I guess, until I do. But practice makes perfect. And so if you are doing this the night before your wedding, like I think Pat said it. He's like, buddy, that means.
How are you showing me this? Is this what I have to look forward to?
Is that what I have to look forward to?
That's what I'm saying.
If you go out to the strip club with your girls, I probably constantly let you go to the strip club.
And this is what happens then. Well, I
your
can't
birthday
believe
party.
that it's not. That's the expectation now.
Come on. And so that's the mindset.
Not just that. If this is a random man.
Right.
So what am I to think of a man that you form a relationship or friendship with?
Had a relationship with
had a
before.
relationship
You tell me, me and him just friends.
We're just cool. This is someone you just met, and yet you allow yourself to be caught on video. You're putting your hands and mouth all over the place with this man, and he does this for a living. So you know it's been
a couple of hundred times,
several times, and this is what you're doing. And then of course the accountability fell to her girlfriends now as well.
No, the girlfriends is hookers too.
And there's the H word that I was
No. I was waiting about them.
Coming there.
There's hookers. Well, how are you gonna just stand there and talk about go after that?
And you know exactly.
And you probably the bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Like you supposed to be one telling her, hey.
I can't be a part of this.
No, come. If you want strip, if you want dance and whatever put the money, yeah, but don't even if you may even rub the wine. That's your biscuit. But don't allow this man don't do that. And I like Sir H said,
yeah.
If my girlfriend was in the crowd,
I'd leave her too.
Yes.
Yeah, he said that. He also said that this is what gives him a better taste in his mouth as far as marriage is concerned.
H is my dog. We're scaring up pimping.
Yeah, but you can't allow these kinds of instances to sully your entire viewpoint as far as marriage and commitment is concerned.
Because the commitment, like LaFrance said, she said you cannot judge marriage on irresponsible people.
True.
And I think that's what a lot of people do. They base relationships in general on irresponsible people. Yeah. We didn't want to talk to you, brother.
I have a feeling he wants to speak with us.
Brother, listen to me, Nate. Hang on the phone, man. We know this is. We didn't want to talk to you, brother.
No, yeah.
There it is. And there it is.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Guru. What's going on this morning? But I said, there it is. There it is. What's up?
Oh,
this
you're
morning?
waiting? No.
Yes, sir.
No, but look here. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That, you know the saying, birds of a feather flock together.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Because like Sir H said, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
If my girlfriend up in that sweet girl, listen, it's done.
Yeah.
Because if you could allow your friend,
then you can be in that spot.
Friend to do, man.
Cheering them on and egging them on like go.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like the temptation is great, and yes, it might be something that the flesh wants. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta ask them questions. Okay, is this worth it?
Exactly.
But see, Guru, the thing is, like,
but my name is Patrick, man. You know, these people ain't gotta hide me. You know, right. I don't need to hide.
All right, Patrick. The thing is this though, like you said, birds of a feather flock together. And when you are dealing with friends, there's a meme with this pack of lions running forward, and they said, surround yourself with like-minded people.
And she did.
And she did.
Yeah.
And so if, like you say, if your girlfriend's in the crowd, then you know what your girlfriend's mindset is, because even if your girlfriend calls you, say, hey babes, look, I need you to come for me, be at hotel, whatever.
Something going on, I don't want to be a part of.
Be like, when you pick up, you're like, what happened? Oh, they up there. And I tell this girl, she don't need to be this and that. And then you know the standard that your girlfriend have. But if you see the video and your girlfriend is there in the video holding the girl hand, yeah.
I agree with you. But at the end of the day, the question is there a double standard? Because men have been doing this for years, and then you say, well, anyhow, that was his last hurrah.
You can't. Don't just generalize, because not all men. Not all.
She say all.
No, I say all men. I said men have been. Men have been doing it for years, and I'm sure women have been doing it for years as well. This is the first time that people have actually had the opportunity to see it, and I think that's why it's so stunning.
But homegirl look like one of them Kardashian girls too, you know.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, she was hiding behind the glasses.
Yeah, but she look like one of them Kardashians. But check it out. I remember. I think Dervin, did you say it yesterday? Where you were saying that you wouldn't say anything.
No, I wouldn't. If that was my, let's say my brother was in a situation and he was about to, I would not. I would try to get him to not do it. But if he did it, I would not go to his wife and say to his.
No. Let me share something. I would do it. And especially if I know the character of that person. Because why should I allow? Why, even though that is my blood, even though that is my brother, why should I allow somebody to have to deal with that hurt in the event?
Because they will find out eventually. He will find out.
The thing about it is, when you go and do something like that, right? The possibilities of you doing that again and again and again within your marriage, it's a very big chance.
She set a standard from the beginning. That's how I feel about it.
Hold on, watch this. Remember when you made the comment about your brother and the strip and your strippers and all the rest of it? What you did was you left the entire scenario.
Right.
Okay, that doesn't mean that your brother did not do what he may have done.
Hold on.
Only thing that means is you remove the possibility of you having to be responsible for telling someone what happened.
Yeah, because what you don't see and you don't know, you can't conversate about.
So me, even if I know, I'm gonna tell him, look, you're not ready for marriage. You need to tell this woman you're not ready, and blah 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 blah. But I'm not gonna go to her and tell her he did this. That's not my place.
Right.
I don't feel as though it's my place. I feel as though my place is to go to the person that I have the relationship with. Because I'm not gonna destroy the relationship with my brother over me going to his girlfriend, because that's gonna destroy our relationship.
It's gonna definitely, it may not destroy, but it
depends on the people too.
No, brother. Most a lot
of times people kill the messenger. Unfortunately,
yes, most people they're gonna come at you. So my thing is this: I'm gonna go to you and say, look here, Pat, not you, Pat, but I'm gonna say, look, bro, you ain't ready for this. Like for real, you don't need to go, because if that's what you're gonna be doing the night before your wedding, oh man, that ain't the last. Because if you believe that because you're in this ring now, a lot more women are gonna come on you. If you don't have the strength to stand up to that, what's gonna make you stand up to the 1,700 that's gonna come?
Yeah.
So should it have been viewed as, okay, there was drinking, there was this, there was that? Because we talked about it before, that obviously, whether we admit it or not, peer pressure is a real thing when you're adults. And I'm not saying that it excuses anything, but I'm saying if put in the same position, and these are the things that have come before you, perhaps being in that position yourself, is there a possibility for it to be excused? Or is there no exclusion to this situation?
Before I got married, right, I said I wasn't having no liquor at my wedding. I used to drink a lot.
At the wedding or the bachelor party?
And I said specifically, I don't want any liquor anywhere on the grounds of my wedding.
Oh, okay.
My uncles were upset with me because them dudes just drink. And because I said, you know what, this is supposed to be my wedding day, a special day. I want to be able to know exactly what is going on. I want to be able to remember the events of the day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So there's no excuse. First of all, you know that with a bachelorette or a bachelor party, once stripper's involved, that's some carnal sin going on.
That's a problem.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you touching, whether you looking, there is still that act of lust.
Yeah, and it begins in your mind. Right.
Right. And so therefore, once that starts in your mind, once that liquor comes into play,
it's gonna be difficult to control that.
Over the edge.
Yeah.
And then anything is bound to happen. You could be like, oh, well, you know what? Yeah, let me try this. You don't be in your right frame of mind once liquor is inside you.
Correct.
There are some people but then there's others who just can't.
We look to control them.
It isn't just that too. People are, and that is to me is the most that's the most important part of this issue. A lot of people don't seem to understand, and that's why people do the things that they do a lot of times before they get married. And unfortunately, it's what sets you up for the mindset that you have within your marriage.
Correct.
You know, I could do whatever I want to do. This is just my girlfriend. I could do what I want to do. This is my fiance. It's not until after I've said I do when we really solidify our commitment together. And now alone is when I don't have the introductory of other people coming into the relationship. But you say that, but at the end of the day, you've always been doing it.
Correct.
So what is to change that standard now? A ring is going to change that. It's the commitment and not the ring.
Hold on.
Or the lack of the respect for the commitment. You don't have any covenants. What's the covenant?
Pat knows the group that I used to sing with.
Yeah.
Okay, Pat?
Yeah.
The E of the group.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
The E of the group, Betty said to me, like, bro, I can get married. I said, well, you can't get married if you're still sleeping on these gals.
Yeah.
Oh, man, when I get married, I can stop. When? How? In what life?
But most people say that.
But watch this, though. So he got married.
Did it stop?
Listen to the story.
I didn't know the end.
So when I spoke to his wife, I was like, oh, well, she's like, yeah, well, he have, and how much kids do y'all have now? She said, well, he just had another baby born. I said, you had another baby? She said, no, I didn't have another baby. I said, I said, how old this baby is? The baby's like 4 months when I spoke to her.
Uh-huh.
No, like 2 years. I said, so how long have you been married now? She said, but 2.5, 3 years.
Wow.
I said, and he just had a baby. She said, yeah.
I don't know my Medea calculator, but I'm pretty sure.
And what I found out afterwards, this dude has, inclusive of the new one, I think 8 kids.
Well, middle.
Yeah, like between 7 and 8 kids, somewhere around there, right?
Wow.
They were together. Him and his now wife were together for almost 20 years. Back and
how many children does she have?
2.
And he has 8.
And all were born during their relationship.
But see, the thing is, Dervin, this is the culture that we are in, where we live in this quote unquote Christian society, and we overlook these sweetheart incidences. See, my thing is this, right? Sex is the most intimate thing in a relationship. Once you have crossed, once you and a person, y'all ain't married, y'all in a relationship. Once y'all cross that line, it's like, really there's no, you can't, there's no excuses. I mean, it's like both of you have, in biblical terms, become one.
Yeah.
And so therefore, I could care less about any ring or anything like that. All of this tradition that we experience with marriage ceremony, stuff like that. It wasn't like that in the biblical days.
Hold on, right. Back in the biblical days, they still had ceremonies. They weren't as elaborate.
No,
as
but
it is
I
now.
understand what Pat is saying, because that's my point. My thing is this: if you and I we solidify our relationship, or we consummate through sex, right? And that is a gift that we have shared with each other. What if you sharing it with everyone else? What makes it different? Do you understand what I'm saying? No, ain't no gift. That's a pop down present. Like, seriously, gift.
Not even a present.
When I mean present, I mean wrapping on it, the bow hanging to the edge.
That's a doorknob. Everybody get a turn.
So it doesn't make any sense, and that's what I'm saying. And I think that's why people take it so offensively. If people say, "Okay, well, how have you stepped outside?" I'm not saying that emotional cheating isn't just as bad, but I think there's always a coming back after you've done that. But I think once people hear that you've gone there on a physical sense, that changes things, because we've gone there.
Because then now the thing is, it's like for men and women, it does create an emotional situation or a mental situation, because then now it's like, all right, first of all, you look at the picture with homegirl and the old man, right?
Right.
Homeboy don't look like he banging 60.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, yes, he is a mature individual. He's a mature man, But when he sees a video like that with a stud stroking and carrying on like that, right?
Yeah. In his mind,
it now says to him, well, like,
I can't satisfy
this woman.
I'm insufficient.
Right.
And all the things that I thought were satisfactory to her in the relationship, obviously is not.
Right. And then too, you know, another thing that plays on some men too is size.
Yeah.
You know, okay, this dude might be
packing,
well endowed.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas he might have ED.
Less, yeah. It may be so many things, and that's why he decided it wasn't. And that, not only that, even if something like that were to happen, we're not justifying, but that could have been done in the privacy of somewhere that no one had to know. The way in which you did it as well, that's adds exactly. It adds to it. You've already insulted, and now you're pouring salt in the wound by doing it in such a public display.
Mm-hmm.
But then now this raises another question. You know, it's like when you look at the age differences between how some older men date much younger women.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, why even put yourself through that? Because I mean, is it oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm 60 years old. I almost hitting the 70 mark, and I can still get a younger. Like, bruh,
you can.
This woman only into you for your money.
But anybody can get. I always tell people it's not landing. You know, it's the maintenance of. Anybody can get. You could catch a fish. You know, how many times people say, "Boy, I had a big one on the line," and just as I go on to pull it up, off. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So you can always catch. It's the maintenance.
I had a big one on my line one time before, and I pulled that line straight to my hand and cut it.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So anybody can catch. I always tell people the art is not catching. Anyone can put down bait. It's keeping it and catching it, pulling it into the boat, and knowing how to maintain. And so that is the issue here. Most people concentrate on how to get it. She may have had the same thing. I look pretty good. I'm young, and so this is how I will land him. She forgot though the other parts of what the maintenance would be. And she allowed herself to slip, and now she slipped right out of a possible marriage, and whatever that 401k was, she was going to get a piece of. No more that.
But it's pointless. Like before I got married, I sat down with my best friend. We got a drink, and I said to him, I said, listen, you was my boy. We going through thick and thin. We do everything together. But here ends the gallivanting and all the foolishness that we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you know, I'll call you up every now and again. You call me up. If we can hang out, we can hang out. But I said, you know, life is about to take a totally different turn, and my whole landscape is gonna change.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and so now I have to step off from this. You know, yes, you are my best friend, and I love you, but right now I have to focus on my wife and my family.
Yes.
And, you know, he respected me like my part. You know, I respect you for everything that you do, you know, and everything that you say. And so it's like, you know, we kept in contact, but it wasn't as frequent, you know, going out and all that stuff like that. I literally stopped that. And it's like, I hear a lot of people, they talk about, you know, when you get married, you're supposed to keep all your friends and stuff like that, because if in the event that you and your husband or wife was to break up, you know, who is it that you're gonna go to and everything? And I say to people, guess what? If that's your friends, they're gonna understand what the union of marriage means.
Correct.
When you stand in front of a church, the pastor says to you, "What God has put together, let no man put asunder. Forsake father and mother.
Yep.
Leave and cleave to your wife. Nobody else comes before her."
You're right.
And you know, and plenty of us, including myself, have made big mistakes. Yeah, for me, exactly. For me, I'm talking about myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not paying attention to those words and allowing yourself to be pulled into something and messing up a total situation. I mean, it's like, you know, we being in a Christian nation, we don't pay attention to these things. We just go based on human emotion and what it is that we feel. Oh, this is my friend. My friend comes before you. My family comes before you. No. And even to the point, my children come before you.
No.
Our children come before you. No, sir. When I stand before the church and I stand before an audience and I commit myself to you, you are the only thing that matters in my life.
In my life.
You are the priority.
So let me ask Pat, let me ask you as well as Dervin. But see, that's what we talk about the mindset and creating these substandards before we get married.
But a
lot of times it starts in the relationship That's how it is.
I mean, that's not the relationship.
A lot of times it does. The reason why we don't put husbands and wives first and we don't give that due respect, that's the way we've been going through with our relationships. That's how we've been doing it. When you meet me with this friend, so either you in or you out, because he ain't going nowhere.
Let me hear something.
And you expect that to change when y'all get married? When you blend the family. Same thing with the children.
What I told my son is 10 years old. There was one time when I was going out with my wife, right? And he came to me and he's like, "Daddy, y'all always going out places and you don't even carry me nowhere." And I'm like, let me let you understand something. I said, I love you. But understand this. You don't come before your mother. In this situation,
cool.
I am going to do what I need to do for you, but you are not priority over my wife. This is what I told my 10-year-old son. But at the time, I think he was maybe like 8 or 9 or something like that. But, and so he kind of got upset. And then I broke it down for him and I said, you're going to come to understand this one day, and I'm going to make sure I'm there to take you on that journey and get you to understand exactly what I mean by this. And I said, when you get of age, when you become 18, 19, and you start having your girlfriend and stuff like that, when I want to spend time to you, I said, I'm asking you this, I said, when I want to spend time with you as your father, you're going to be into other things. You're going to want to spend time with your friends and your girlfriend, and you're going to want to do the things that you like. So the reason I put my time into your mommy is because this is who I'm supposed to be with for the rest of my life. When you move on with your life, I'm still here. I'm still here with her. So don't get upset when you see me and her going out and doing things. And yeah, you might want to be there, but we have our family time. Mm-hmm. I need my time with your mommy. And so he thankfully, he's a smart boy and he understood where I was coming from. And so yeah, you just gotta put those stipulations in place and say, listen, this is what I expect. This is what I'm giving you, and I expect the same. But see, a lot of people say, I can't give you what you're giving me. Well, if you can't give me what I'm giving, if I'm willing to sacrifice my all to give to you, then you should be willing to do the same.
Yeah, but see, we got the pyramid messed up, because remember that case that we had where the wife, they would go on dates and the mother would be on the date sometimes. When he go to buy perfume, he would buy the exact perfume for his mom. And, the wife was saying that the reason why she was attracted to him initially was the respect that he gave his mother and the love he gave his mother. That was something that she found attractive, that a man would be respectful and have that kind of relationship. So she said that's what was attractive. And then as time went on, that became something that was cumbersome to their relationship, because now the mother said, listen, I gave him life. And he is saying, this is my mommy. So, everything became, I got to drop this and I got to go do this and I got to go deal with mommy. And she said he couldn't seem to understand. Yes, your mother deserves certain respect for being the person that gave you life. And she raised you. And I'm thankful for the job she did. But she turned you over to me as my husband the day that we got married, and she should understand that. And that became an issue. And we tend to have a lot of those issues within our community because people don't understand exactly what it is. And you talk about all the time. Your children, I don't care who it is, this is what it is. At the top of the totem pole for a lot of people is God, and then after that it is your spouse, your husband or your wife, and every other thing is secondary
to that.
We don't seem to get it, nor do we respect that.
That's because a lot of the pastors that do counseling,
they don't have the rights.
That. They do not inform women.
Let me show you something.
Men too.
No, the reason why I say women is this. Most of the time, it's women who tend to cleave to the family. A man, when he gets married, a lot of times he is quite comfortable.
Or some mama boys or them.
No, we ain't talking about them. They special, because that's what we're talking about just now. But a lot of times with the average male, they quick to mommy who? Nobody again. My wife, I gotta go home. I need this little thing tonight. I mean, on the other hand, but my mommy, she's a single mother. Hey, she dead? No, okay, she can find a man.
But I can't deal with Durbin. You
That
know?
means-
And guess what?
But he's right. He's
I
right.
agree
Yeah.
with Durbin.
He's right.
And see, let me show you the problem too in our society. And not giving wrong to spiritual counselors, but there needs to be more family counselors.
You're right.
Who's not coming from a biblical aspect of things.
Not entirely.
Not entirely.
Not entirely.
Because the base of the family has to, like, I wouldn't say has to be, but if like for me, if I do family counseling and marriage counseling, 80% of what I pull from will be biblical. But then the thing is reality. Sometimes you have life situations, and as a father, you have to be able to dissect certain things, like you said with your son. Sit down and talk to him like, baby, listen to me. Daddy love you to death. But
Yes, that's what it is.
I just call my son baby. I'm be like, look, Daddy love you to death. But
what I'm saying is, even with that happening, with Pat having spoken to his son, we don't plant the seed early enough.
Correct.
We don't plant it, and number two, we show them much worse than what we illustrate the things that are not supposed to be. So not only have we not sat them down and planted the correct seed, we illustrate to them the way in which a relationship shouldn't be. So these are the markers that they are now picking up front. They're sponges at that age. They pull it in, and in their mind, this is the way a relationship. Friends do come first, because when daddy is saying that we need family time, mommy putting on her shoes and she getting ready to go with her girlfriends. Okay. Right. And when there's something else, daddy say, well, me and the boys got to go do whatever. And so in their mind, this is the way it's supposed to be, whether you think it or not. And they take that into their own relationships. And it's how we've ended up in the situation that we're in right now.
And then when their relationships fail, you as the parent be like, oh, so why you let that good man go on? You need to learn how to put your friends on the side of the back burner, because if you have a good man,
mommy, that's what you
exactly. Yep. We always say, don't do what I do. Do what I say. It don't work like that.
No.
Y'all stop that.
Lead by example.
Guys, we can talk later.
Yes,
all right, see you later.
All right.
And so this is what I'm talking about. A lot of the times that's what we do. As far as we're concerned, we dating, and anything can go during dating. We in a relationship, little more things could go during the relationship, but we get married.
Little less things.
Yeah, little less things. And then once we get married, everything's going to be different. I can stop all of that. Your mind never shifted from that.
No.
And all habits die hard. So don't say that everything's going to change. You have to start conducting yourself in the ways in which you expect to conduct yourself in a marriage when you start having committed relationships. We have to reverse what it is that commitment means. And until we do that and we start behaving of such, we're always going to have these kinds of situations, whether they're posted on social media or not. These are the things that we're going to do, which makes it much more acceptable for us to step outside of our marriages, for us to have sex. Oh, it's only sex. People say stuff like that. There's no emotional tie. It's just the physical. When you lay down with someone, they talk about spiritual ties. There are emotional ties. There are so many other things that bring in as an introductory, which just the physical, as you say. It's never just physical. You say that, but it's some other things that are introduced, even if it's not on your behalf. You can never swear for how someone else is. And just by your face, I know you're looking at that tuxedo pic. This is Love Jones on Global 99.5 FM, and it's a money-making Monday. Boy, when you know your house, when you know your people, and like when you know your people here, just like me and be married. I know my people. We married. I know him so good. Just by the look on his face when his mouth turns, I know just what picture and chat he looking at. And ain't it so? And that's what just looking at. Learn your partners. Okay, this is a part of why we falling out now. I see your water there. Learn your partners. I've learned my partners. I know my partners. Right? Yeah. Just how your face changed. I said, "Oh, I know what picture he's looking at." 431-8497 is your text and WhatsApp. And speaking of a WhatsApp, because we've got like less than 15 on the clock. A guy wrote in, and if I had it correct, he said something similar happened to him when he was going to get married. He said the bachelor party, he said the one thing that his fiance, she said you could fly global, you could eat caviar, you could do whatever. No scripa. And he agreed with that. He said, she said, as many as your boys, she said, I will give you half of the money for your bachelor party. I want you to enjoy yourself. I want you to have a good time, but no strippers. Not because I don't trust you, but because I know that things get out of hand and we're only human. And to be honest, if it happens, we will not get married. We will not get married because even at the end of the day, I know you love me and you're committed to me. I still know that you've now given your flesh to someone else. And I can't do that. I can't look you in your face in the front of God and the rest of our family and all of that and commit myself to you when you just gave yourself to someone else and not someone that you were in a relationship with, that you formed a commitment with and something happened and we could work on that. This is some random that will leave from your party and go do the same thing to another one.
Oh, did before she got
right before she reached, she done do that a couple times that day. She got 6 more lineup for the weekend, and this is what you put our entire future at bay for, and so it changes it. He said he agreed to that, all of that, and whatever else like that. But he had some cousins that came in from Lauderdale, and they brought some females with them. Stripra was there, and he said exactly that. He didn't sleep with, but he indulged in oral sex. And she found out, and she called off the wedding 2 minutes before she walked up the aisle. She was told about it. She said, hold on. He walked from the aisle. He went out the side door of the church. She asked him, I gotta ask you one question before I go down. Whatever it is, truth or lie, we can go forward with whatever, but I need you to be honest. Did you do X, Y, Z? He said he couldn't look an eyeball, and he said, yeah, I did. She said, okay, well then go in there and tell the people in that. She gone in the back room. She take off all her regalia. The old people, the tiara.
Oh, man.
She leave the lash and thing on because you gotta go by the bar. You gotta look good.
Okay.
So she take off the what it is, the boutonniere, the lingerie. What was underneath that? The bodice, the spanks, the lace on top of the spank, the slip. What was on top of that?
The lace was under the spank.
The lace what was under that. All the regalia come off.
She ain't get down no more?
No, she pack it up. The tiara. She paid the people the makeup thing and the team, and she taxi.
All right.
Because she came in the limo and the man probably gone. He said when he come back, the ceremony should be about an hour and a half. I can do the wife and come back. Can you catch a taxi? The bus and she gone. The thing. She leave him.
I think because one moment they catch my bus with
that bus was her. She was all dolly up and had the diamonds and thing in her hair. Yeah. She say anyhow, since you do that, you go in there and tell the people them. I gone and tell them why I gone if you want to, but I can't. I tell you, and you still okay. Bye. And he said it's real talk. He said so. He learned. That now the interesting part about that is he said about 3 years later it take him but 3 years to climb back the mountain. Yeah, they got back together. They got married? And they got married in a private ceremony. He said the word bachelorette never exited his mouth. He said he ain't even had his pillow around him the night before. Yeah, he's listening.
I respect your gangster. But dog, he always about it. Who was it? Jacob? Jacob worked 7 years. My dog worked 3. Like, look, I gotta find you. Listen to me. Yeah, but realistically, I appreciate that effort because, and I give you kudos because you see the standard that she had. Yeah, you respect it, and believe it or not, due to the fact that it took you 3 years to find and you came to like, look,
okay,
3 years ago, I
didn't understand.
I messed up, but I'm different now, and I want you to give me another chance, give us another chance because we're worth it. Yeah. And due to the fact that she took you back,
she understood that it was a mistake, but now that you understood that I will not take the BS. This is what it is.
Understand this. Obviously, she is one who is. Yeah. She have her scissors on. Yeah. On open.
What happened? That's you want it,
right?
Disturbing bus stay running. What you saying?
Yeah. So, bro, listen to me. That was but commendable.
It was, but I think for her, she had to put her foot down because had she walked down the aisle, and he said to be totally honest, he said had she walked down the aisle, more than likely he would have done it again. He said not because he didn't love her, but at the same token, the consequences weren't as real. When she walked out on
when he watched her walk away,
all the shrimp,
the dress. and walk out, and then she's
Runaway
like,
bride.
okay, well, I getting right, but you need to go in there and tell them.
Yeah, and all this money and everything, and the shrimp cocktails and the Dom
They could
Perignon, y'all could
give
me a to-go plate, but I gone.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, because some people would say, well, all the people in here and whatever, we can deal with this after. She said no. She said, because at the end of the day, he said that's what was said. Yeah, this is our wedding, but what we're getting ready to do is real life. And this isn't how I would refuse to start our next level of real life like this.
On this foot.
No. So you take your 2 foot
and get them. I can take my 2 foot.
And I can catch this taxi.
Bro.
And she left.
Bro.
And he said at first he was hard. He said, but he got it, and he loved it even more for saying, no, I won't take you like this. If I given myself to you in all there is, then I need that too.
Like you say, even when the temptation comes up, he's gonna think,
boy, listen, this woman ran out on
my wife got a problem.
$100,000 wedding. I for that.
My wife got a problem. So sweet girl, you look good.
Hey, push.
Yeah, you look good. I ain't gonna lie, you look nice.
But look good from over there,
as
please.
You walk away, because I ain't. My wife is a psycho. She's walk out,
and she stay ready. So I for that.
I was going over. I see this little bag in the corner. I was always trying to figure that's laundry.
No, she said
I don't think so.
That's if you.
That's that bag.
That's that bag. You remember that bag? Yes, ma'am. I gone. So you don't want that bag.
No.
Don't let a runaway kid be in the corner.
No.
So, you know, I respected that, and that was a really cool story for me. And the fact that they got back together. I mean, because you just really have to understand the substance of what is important and what it is that you're trying to build. And commitment and marriage is so much more than just the prelude to something else.
A lot of times, like people don't prioritize. And you may say to someone like she said to him, look, as far as the bachelor party, I'll splice it half with you.
Yeah.
But being and do the stripper thing,
no.
And like she said, it's not that I don't trust you, but strippers are strippers.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you add alcohol and peer pressure and half naked women and sweat and testosterone and estrogen and all these other things, and then shaking and jerking and gyrating, you ain't gonna be able to hold that. It's a 90% chance you ain't gonna be able to hold that till the following day.
Yeah, and when it grips you,
right? So don't do it. And I don't know who told her.
It got back.
I don't know who told her, but they did. And more than likely, the person that told her was someone that was close to her. Maybe,
and someone is like, "You don't do that."
Listen to me. Mm-hmm. When you have a bachelorette party. A lot of people come there, you don't know who they is because they invited by friends.
Of course.
More like if she had a plant there, like, look here, I need you to go.
Just make sure.
Yeah, just make sure this just make sure everything is
on the level. Yeah. And when that popped down, it was said.
Well,
and she said, now if you say no, it didn't, let's make it do. Because she was testing again. If you say no,
because I already know what's happening.
Yeah, so let me see if you actually take it further and add lie into it. Yeah, so this is what it is. He said he couldn't look in her face, and a lot of things proved true. That means that he did what he did, but he still had a level of respect. He still had love, and he realized, okay, this ain't gonna be. I can't start like this. Yeah, let me just go ahead, and that was it.
And he knew it. He knew that in telling her this, he took the risk of losing her. But in his mind, it's like, okay, if I tell her that it was only this,
then perhaps,
then maybe she's like, okay,
sex is sex. Yeah, no, sorry.
Oral, vaginal,
anything,
whatever.
It's done.
It ends with those same 3 letters.
Yeah, I'm done.
So it's don't worry about it. It's good. You have a number. She can strip you some more, but I get it.
Yeah. I finished with that.
And then 3 years later, it's like, look.
Mama, Mikey say, hey, I's a mama's boy. Calm down with that.
Oh, shout out to Mike's mom.
Hey, Mikey, what's going on?
And Mike's mom.
Yeah, Mike's mom. That he's boy's mama's with.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting. Like I said, with that, people just saw it as a video of that. But I think it opened the door to questioning what we really view, marriage is, we view commitment as, whether we see ourselves as truly committed until we are married, whether we do these things before we get married, does that set us up for
sets you up for failure?
For failure. It's a lot of things. Like we do things in fun, but like you said, is it really worth it? At the end of the day, that's what you have to ask yourself.
Like she said, like the WhatsApper, like his wife said, you going in with this mindset. You go in there with the mindset that, hey, it's okay to do this.
Right.
So if you're going in, this is the night again. This is the night before you commit married. To me for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So if you're coming in with the mindset that okay, I could get a little slip on the side, and that's gonna be cool.
Then it's gonna come up again in your marriage, and you say it's okay, just a little something that don't change. That don't change how I feel about her. It doesn't change the respect I have for her. It doesn't change our marriage.
But it's a marriage because then you get that call 6 months down the road.
This is my confession.
Yeah. Damn, you can tell this woman.
Yeah.
And you could tell Jesus in heaven, who's sitting on the right hand of God.
That's finished.
If that had happened, 30 years could have passed.
That's what I'm saying. And so, a lot of times we really have to think of the ramifications of what we do, when we do it, and what is going to come after. Yeah, you have a little bit of enjoyment and a little bit of pleasure. And like I said, for that, as long as that video was less than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And so for 3 minutes, that's what you did. And you threw away, let's say they were together for 3-4 years. You threw away 3-4 years and possibly the rest of your life together for 3 minutes. For 3 minutes.
3 minutes of carnal pleasure with a stranger that you have no connection to, no interest in at all.
Nope.
You don't even know my, like I said, you don't know my name.
Not just that, and that video when she go on job interviews and all of these other things, it's there. When she's trying to get into another relationship with another man, he said, don't I know you from somewhere? And that's where he knows you from. So all of that.
And then the meme is still gonna be there that this happened the night before your wedding.
For the three. Someone else, are they going to ask you to marry again? Because this is the way they see you as what you view marriage as.
They may ask you to marry again. They may ask you to marry, but what would be the purpose of it?
Wow. So ramifications and commitment and the illusion thereof. And at the same token, like LaFrance said, and I like that, you cannot judge commitment or marriage by irresponsible people. And I think that's a very strong message, but I think it's also a very good warning as to some of the things that we see is all done in fun and just a little bit of pleasure. But you have to understand what is up to be lost for those few minutes of making a decision that will affect the rest of your life. So plant the proper kinds of seeds and really start living the way that you want to. Don't assume or say that things will change after. Things should already be in place before.
Things start to change from you guys.
You say, decide that it's just you and I.
If we're gonna start something committed, it's like okay,
things should begin.
Things should start to change.
Not to say perfect, but they should start doing what they're supposed to do.
Because, like I say, it's about practice. Like
I agree, because and then a lot of time, then by the time you get to that place of wanting to be married,
normal.
Everything is set up in a place where you don't have the kinds of rifts that you have within marriage. But a lot of times we don't put those things into practice before. So when you get married, people are kind of rushing around trying to figure it out. By that time, it should be figured out, and you know exactly what it is that each other needs, and you've been working on supplying those things. But we're not doing that, and that's why we continue to fail with our marriages. We have to do better. And if you know better, then what's your excuse? There's none. So be responsible and think of, can my actions support not just what I'm doing now, but can they support what I have in mind futuristically? And if they're not falling in line, then you need to shift something and you need to do it really quickly. So what's your nugget for the day as we wrap up for the day?
My nugget for the day is don't judge marriages or relationships by irresponsible people. Words of LaFrenchie.
Yeah, I think that's I think it's really like, it's a good one.
Like that was when I saw that, I was like, wow. I was like
yeah. Because a lot of time people say, oh, that's why I don't want to get married right there. That's why I'm into that.
Because of this one, or because of that one, or because my friend, or because I saw my cousin, or my parents had a bad. Okay, that's there.
It's a part of your experience, but what else?
Right.
What else?
You can't say if you go into a marriage uncommitted, then you're the irresponsible one. If you go into a relationship unfocused, then you're the irresponsible one. Then you're the cause of the relationship failing.
So let me ask you a very quick question. We're just about out of time. We only got like a minute. Someone asked me that yesterday. If you're getting married and you have even just a little bit of doubt in your mind, should you still go forward?
Everyone has doubt in their mind before marriage. Every single person who's ever been married has doubted whether they should marry this person or not. Everyone.
So
my
doubt
answer
shouldn't be
is
something.
no. My answer is if you have doubt, that's normal because, of course, you're going to start thinking about, okay, what if it doesn't work? Or what if this? What if that? So it's called cold feet. You're going to have that moment. But if your doubt outweighs what you feel is the possibility of a beautiful future, then I would say walk away.
I was just going to say, I think it's the measure of doubt and what it is that you doubt.
Yeah.
If you doubt that this person actually loves you or you love them, that's a pretty big doubt.
Yeah.
Right? Not if they have on blue drawers or yellow drawers. I mean, that's small doubt. Yeah. Or any drawers. I think that's very different. But those kinds of things that you measure that are going to be the fundamentals for your relationship, think twice before you say I do, because whether it's the people there, the shrimp cocktail, the whatever, when all that goes away, you're just left with you and this other person. And those things won't matter at all. So measure, make responsible decisions, and don't allow the irresponsibility of others preclude you from getting into something that can be absolutely beautiful.
Correct.
So that's it for us on a Money Making Monday. We've got some more hot topics coming your way, but make sure that you join us at 11 o'clock on a day-to-day basis right here on Love Jones. Best mix of R&B music, home of the Steve Harvey Morning Show, Wick Global 99.5. Candy's out of here. D is gone. Yeah. Thanks to the Solid for making sure things go well on the other side. And D,
wiggling.
Absolutely.
Got my change.
You've been listening to Love Jones. Catch it weekdays at 11.